think we are officially live. Just making sure. My hair is all over the place. That's fine. We accept that. It's part of the job. But yes, so I believe this should be working now. I think it's just telling me timer is on. I can see that there is at least a couple of people that joined the live stream. So thank you so much for joining us here, Travolution Tours. This is Dr. Lilian Céspedes González bringing you this live stream from Portsmouth, where we're going to be experiencing the Portsmouth International Kite Festival, which has come back. Sorry, there's just the hovercraft arriving to the other side and suddenly making a lot of noise. It's just come back for another edition, and well, that's what we're here to do. And actually, James is here, by the way. He's gonna be helping me provide some colorful commentary. Never mind the general visual aspect of us both, because well, for kites to actually work properly, well, we need to actually have wind, and we have quite a lot of it today. So let me actually turn the camera around. Oh, hi, Catherine. How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining. And well, as I turn the camera, let me start showing you what we have in here. So, from what we're gathering, because not a lot of information has been available in a way that has been accessible, the kites are being set. As you can see, some of them are already on the ground. They are cycling them around. So sometimes a kite goes up, sometimes goes down. These are different people that have actually brought their kites from all over Europe, as far as I'm concerned. So these ones that you see here right in front of us literally were just put up about 5 minutes ago, and some of these have been absolute troopers that have been running already for a fair few hours. So there is no specific theme as to what type of kites go up. It's literally just a matter of, well, showing the display, which as you can see is a big different type of variety. So from that perspective, nothing necessarily to remark upon. We've had some very successful kites that have been on the sky, like I said, for hours on end. Some others that haven't quite been able to make it just yet. Some others that have better moments and worse moments. And that's because, well, all of this actually depends entirely on the aerodynamics. It's quite windy here in Portsmouth and Southsea today, so, you know, in that regards, mission success. But, well, the intensity of the wind can change, and the direction of the wind changes also. So you're gonna probably be seeing a very pronounced movement of our friends. And well, I don't know if you can actually see, I'm just gonna focus the camera there. There is a strawberry right on the sort of bottom left in front of that block of flats that is just about being raised. So you can get a bit of a, I guess, view of how this is done. I was not aware of these guys. I thought that, you know, you just put a kite up and it just kind of flew. But let me see if I can give you a better shot. Do you see these ones that are flying a bit higher above? That kind of look almost like, well, I don't know what you can call them, parachutes or whatever. Those ones actually have like wind tunnels in them. So what actually happens is that those are the ones that go up first. And the strings that are attached to those kites are actually what allow for the rest of them to be propelled. Some of the kites, like this one that you see here, actually have those wind tunnels sort of already built in them. But for larger kites, like the ones that I'm showing you right now, you kind of need that extra support, which honestly was a first for me. I wasn't aware of how this works in that regards. So I've learned a lot already just by watching them set them up and release them. There is another one being released, I believe it's a serpent or a dragon right here with the strawberry, and there is being like what can only think is an astronaut being just floating around for the last couple of seconds next to the purple bear, as well as the two octopus at the back who are kind of struggling because they're a bit big. So it's taking them a little to get up there. Likewise with the Olaf that we have there at the back. I will be going around in a few moments so that we can get a good sight, you know, from different perspectives. And not just that, these are the exhibition kites, by the way, guys. So, you know, these are the big shows essentially, but this is actually a very, very, very busy space. And on the other side of the field, it's the area where they're having the kite competitions. Those type of kites are a bit smaller. They're more about like, well, I guess kite combat, if we can call it so. And they have put them on a rota of different competitions because, well, apart from what you're seeing on the screen right now, we're actually having international championships. In case you didn't think this was a big deal, it's actually one of the largest kite shows in Europe with genuine consequences. And this is all organized actually by the English Kite Association that actually runs this show pretty frequently. Before COVID, it was pretty much here every single year. Of course, with the pandemic, things changed. But that's the reason why we're very happy to have it back, because, well, it's a big show, and it brings people from all over. They reckon this year alone, in between the 2 days, because it's running all of today from 10 to 5, and tomorrow from 10 to 5 as well, about 10,000 people would have hit Portsmouth just to see this. So as you can imagine, this is a big opportunity for the city in many ways. Well, besides the kites themselves, we have like the full-on festival, all of which, by the way, is entirely free of access. I haven't had to pay a penny to actually come in here today. Obviously, food, amenities, and those kind of things, different story. But I'll be showing you some of those bits and pieces in just a moment. But on top of that, I don't know if you can see, if I turn the over here, are quite small, so probably not quite visible with the camera. And there's people that have actually brought their kites to just fly in the city, just as part of the fun. So we have a really big mix and a big variety of the kites running around today. And well, I think we're gonna have a move around in just a moment. They're setting up a couple of kites over here, so I was just hoping we'd be able to see them fly. And once those actually go up, I'll take you to the side so that we can get a different angle. We're 8 miles. Oh, of course, you're in Waterlooville, Ian. You should come down. It's actually looking pretty nice, and the weather is holding up. It was supposed to be starting to rain, and there's been some spitting, but nothing terrible. And well, I don't know if you guys see this purple one that has just gone up. Once again, that one has those wind tunnels to give it some support. I don't know if you can see that the woman that is actually setting it up, because they are about to anchor it and release a few more with it. So as you see, it's just by standing around, you can get quite a diversity as time goes on. I don't know exactly what's the schedule that they have for cycling them around, because they don't seem to have exact timings in that regards. But I can see that they're preparing another one right there on the floor. I don't know if you can see. It looks like a balloon that hasn't had a good day, but they are coming. And actually, the cobra, which I believe looks like a cobra, doesn't it, James?
Yeah.
The cobra is about to actually be properly. Oh, there you go. You see it? That's going up. Properly speaking. So yeah, we're having and right above it is that that extra wind support that I was mentioning. So in this one, you can see it very well. And well, yes, I definitely good for kite flying. Not so much for anything else, but definitely good for kite flying. Well, so how about we go around and I also show you some of the competition kites, because I can see them dancing, but from here, even if I were to put the zoom, they would only look like little dots flying on the sky. So shall we take you for a little spin to see the kites at the back? You coming?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, let me get us here, and well, behold the serious crowds that we have here in Portsmouth today. So in case you don't know the area of Portsmouth that we're in, this is South Sea Common. Again, like I said, entirely free of charge to access this event. Besides the kites themselves, as you see, we have stalls of every single nature that you can imagine. Many of those stalls are actually selling kites. In fact, you can see there's people everywhere with their own kites that they've either brought from home or brought right on site. There is a few food places as well, and different type of entertainment through and through. So it's actually quite a nice family day. It's a good event just to have in the city, particularly this time of the year, because the kids have now left school, so we are properly on summer holidays. And well, we are quite lucky that we are not experiencing the horrible heat wave that we've been having all across the south of England for the last couple of weeks. So the weather definitely couldn't be better in that regards. Well, right over here, as you see, the rest of this kind of market thing remains, and right at the back you can also see the Spinnaker Tower, so that gives you a little bit of orientation as to how far we are into the city. Well, let me navigate the crowd a little bit so that we can get farther back towards the area of the kite competition, and let me give you the angle of some of the kites that we had in the back and that perhaps we couldn't see through the front. I think the manta ray here in the yellow is probably one of the ones that has been up there for the longest time. And from what I've seen in one of the stalls around the area, the manta rays specifically, as well as some of the other sea life, you know, like the whale that is kind of struggling to go up right there, and the octopi and whatnot, these ones at least are sponsored by some kind of marine conservation, I guess, charity or scientific institution. In Portsmouth, we are currently experiencing a nasty phenomenon where the sea defenses are pretty much in serious danger, and well, this has been an ongoing work for a really long time, the best part of 6 years now, and they are still not finished. There is also been, I don't know if you guys have heard maybe on the news, water spillage into the area of Lyon Solent, which is not far away from Portsmouth itself, from a nasty corporate that has just essentially released all of the toxicity into the sea. So there is actually a big campaigning part, right, that goes into this kind of festival to actually put out those messages and, well, to help us realize that indeed places like Portsmouth, as much as they are enjoying the Kite Festival right now, need to be on their game to keep the oceans and the waterways clean. And well, you can see the nasty clouds just coming through the back, and the reason why we thought we may be getting drenched. Well, right over here, this is the area of entertainment right to my left. You can see a few of these smaller kites that I was mentioning the locals have brought. These are not actually part of the competition or whatever. These are literally just for fun, just for people to do their own thing. We have a big bar here. There is also a stage where somebody was actually doing some cover songs. I don't know if they're actually playing right now, but if they are, we will certainly stop by in just a few moments. However, as you see, we have a very clear direction of flow, and I need to essentially go with the people, otherwise we'll be toast. So through here, let me give you a different view of all of these kites. One of them has gone down, the big octopus is just too big. I don't know if it can actually make it. And it's the same with Olaf. It's just been struggling to stay afloat for the majority of the day. E.T. struggling too. I don't know if you can see it. It actually looked a little bit freaky the first time we saw it around, to be honest. And here we have Betty Boop, which has actually been going on for about an hour at least. So it's the only one that has survived the downfall here. And I don't know if you can hear the music. Here we go. We even have a kid on the stage.
Change the words to this next bit, because it's a rude word. You don't say that. Say pig. Farmyard animal. It's fine.
We even have some people. I'm not sure it's the right demographic for this song, but hey, he's trying. I'm just a teenage dirtbag baby. I know the song. I'm not sure the rest of Portsmouth does. All right. Music aside, we are approaching now, guys, the area of the competition kites. Let me give you some more kites through the back while I try and see what is the best spot where to actually dock us by. I think, and if you see them there, these are the Stunt kites. So these are actually just, well, actually fighting for the competition, for the prizes. I think today is day one of competition. Tomorrow they have a few more of these acts. It's quite formidable. And what is cool about this is that, well, you actually also see the people, right, doing their thing. So I'm just gonna try and find us an area by the fence where we can see them. One thing you obviously cannot hear very well, I'm gonna guess, despite the microphone, is the noise that these kites make. Because, well, they're pretty much going against the wind, doing all kind of formations and what have you not. So here you go. Let me see if I can get us a little bit closer. I think I have an opening. Right. Here we go. So here we have a few more kites just simply blown over. And now the problem is with these ones, I kind of have to... Ah, there you go. Got them. It's pretty cool. And in case that you're wondering who is driving them, right here, you see those people there at the back. That's how far away they are to make the kites actually dance, so to speak. It's gonna sound silly, but they sound like lightsabers.
They're all flying, at least 5 men. They're all doing it together. But let's see how they're moving their arms. How they don't get hanged up, I do not know.
It is really cool. I am not fast enough with the gimbal to be able to chase them all around, but at least in here I know I have a good angle. Oh no! They eventually reach. Woo-woo!
Ladies and gentlemen, that's practice. Fantastic job. Great team led by Josh Richardson, or Josh Gravy Boat Richardson, as he's known to his friends.
Well, there you go. These were some of the Stunt kites. Let me give you now a different view of the other kites from here.
He used to do it every bit, the strain on your arm.
Oh yeah, I suspect you have to be pretty strong and dexterous to be able to keep them going at that velocity. This is a nice frame with the Spinnaker Tower there at the back, guys, for those of you who like to take postcards. Very iconic, that's for sure, despite the incredibly and increasing grey skies that are looking quite menacing. And well, right here you're gonna see them picking up the Stunt kites just now. I think these guys are about to be replaced by another team who's going to be doing a slightly different performance. And you're going to see that some of these kites have very different shapes. We've seen some a few moments ago, right before the stream started, sadly, that looked more like Chinese lanterns than what I guess a traditional kite may look like.
Back in the day, only good enough to represent the UK at the World Championships.
And I don't know if you just caught what the announcer was saying, but this team is actually representing the UK at the World Championships. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of insight of how cool they are in the world of kites, for sure. Just trying to see if I can catch one that is flying pretty high up. Don't think you can see it properly against the grey skies because the color of the kite itself is a little dark. Oh, here we go. So there is a new team now here setting up. You can see them there at the back. Oh, these are flying pretty high. Hang on, let me see if I can get them. They're definitely faster than me, but here we go. I think I'm gonna try and find an angle where I can see that they should be able to come through. Right. I think they're just prepping up. This is not the full performance, by the way, folks. In case it seemed really short and disappointing, they were just waiting for these guys to clear up. As you can see, they're just leaving. They're about to exit the stage through the back. So let me give you the view of the kites again through here. While these gentlemen set up for their kite stunt performance.
ready. Can you say to myself, the ball went of golden?
It's a shame. The megaphone is actually not working very well. The megaphone is not working very well, so although we are standing right next to it, we cannot hear a single word of what they're saying.
So, ladies and gentlemen, one of the most talented kite
All right, okay, the new performance is about to begin. Music is starting, so they should be coming up anytime now. We hope. I mean, they are lined up. As you can see them, they are in position. The kite flyers and the kites. So I think they're just waiting for the okay to start doing their show. Oh, and the wind is picking up, so some of the kites on the other side are really going a bit higher up. Oh, okay. And here comes the second one. You can probably not see it from here because the strings are so thin, but they are pretty much right next to each other, and it's very tricky to actually keep them going with this wind that close to each other without the strings colliding. It's quite a lot of skill that these two gentlemen are having to display just to keep the kites up, let alone clashing into each other. You know, kite flying seems like it should be an easy thing to do, but it's really not. Oh. Ooh.
There we are. Wow.
Wow. The speed at which they're moving is actually quite remarkable. I generally cannot emphasize this enough. There is a lot of wind in here today.
That's impressive.
It's almost like seeing, what's it called? Military airplane do maneuvers. It's really cool. Oof.
That is.
They literally went again all over each other. the degree of coordination that those guys have to have. I don't want to point them out just because, you know, obviously what they're doing with the kites is a lot more impressive and they're almost like tiny little dots in the back. But yes, I'm seeing them beyond the screen and it's really incredible just how much they're moving across the field just to keep them going. Oh, and this is going to be faster than me with the gimbal. There you go, they come. I suspect that the music is not coming across the microphone very well because, like I said, even though we're next to it, the acoustics are pretty terrible, but they are actually doing the performance next to the music, and that is, wow, that is really impressive.
That's clever.
That's really impressive and cool.
That's clever.
I'm gonna lose them there for a second, and then here they come again. Wow. Wow. See, they're moving so fast, the gimbal can keep up with them sometimes. So it keeps them focusing in and out. I'm just gonna give it a moment while I point to the other kites just so that it stabilizes itself. You see those guys in the black, those are the ones that are actually moving the kite.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's over. Fantastic. Very tantalizing routine. Really using the silence, showing their precision flying to actually put those kites in those routines.
Really cool.
I don't know if you saw that.
All right, well, let me show you a little bit more of the festival itself, then we'll go and see some more of the kites on the other side because a few more have come up. So while they're doing a change in here, let me take you a little bit through to the back. There is some smaller kites here at the back end that are interesting. They are part of the ones that are sponsored by the Marine Conservation. And well, in here you can see as well all of the little ones that the locals are just flying, which is pretty cool. We have a strong variety of kites in the air right now. The majority of them traditional kites with different colors. A few octopi and some dragons, which James desperately wants. James wants a dragon. If anyone finds a dragon kite that we can buy, I think I'm gonna have to be getting one of those. But well, this is, as you can see, this back end. These kites have been running on display for quite some time. They're taking a few of them down just now because they're gonna change them. The big fish that we have here through the back previously were sharks, I think, and they were earlier manta rays. So again, they've been rotating a fair few times. And we have here this little windmill-like ones on the other side, which I'll show you in just a second. I'm just seeing if I can catch these ones over here.
If you got a kite, then you would be happy to fly with a member of the public. Maybe not.
But see, this is the sponsorship of Safety Oceans.
Challenging kite, maybe a bit more robust kite. If you got a kite, then you would be happy.
And here is the windmill-like pieces.
Together and have it ready for the public pipeline. So from Brookshank, for example, if you've got a kite, then you would be happy
And there we go. So I think we are gonna, well, over here we just have the open area, so there isn't an awful lot left over on this end. I'm just gonna take us to the other side of the fences just for a little bit more perspective.
And I used to commentate for Scheveningen, which was very strange because AI can't pronounce Scheveningen. How do you pronounce Scheveningen? Scheveningen. AI can't pronounce Scheveningen.
Is that Dutch?
Yeah. It's a beach in
I see. The commentator was trying to pronounce the name of a place in the Netherlands where this is quite a popular thing to do. And well, you know, Dutch is well known for not being the kindest sound on the throat, particularly in a language like English, where we don't really have anything like that. Well, as you see, the back end of the festival is mostly an amusement park, very much dedicated for kids. So we will probably skip that bit just because, well, the closer we get to that area as well, the stronger the wind. But I'm just gonna take us here through to the back, because I think I have an angle where you can see pretty much, there you go, every single kite that there is in the sky right now, fighting or otherwise, which is pretty cool. And then we'll come back to the front to see the exhibition kites, properly speaking. And I think we're just gonna go the same way we came, because I was planning on going through the back properly, but there is a huge agglomeration of people and a few of the camper vans where the people that have the kites are, and they're kind of quite busy moving stuff, so I don't necessarily want to get in their way or drop signal in that regard. So let's head back to the front. Let's see if we can catch our band act as well in the process of heading back. There is actually a few new ones. It's difficult keeping track of all of them because, well, I think they were expecting a few thousand kites to be up every single day, because like I said, tomorrow is the finals for the competition, and there is a different set of people flying kites because, well, I guess, you know, in the 7 hours that they've been here since set up at 10 a.m. there's only so much space for so many people, so they need to rotate a little bit. But tomorrow is gonna rain, so we kind of really got lucky that we didn't have to deal with that today, to be honest. I don't know if you can see another one of the stunt kites there dancing on their own. We have a very nice pretty one here, just by a family just flying it by hand. So as you can see, this is the atmosphere is actually very nice. Everybody's also being very kind and respectful, which is good, because, you know, sometimes when we get agglomerations like this, things can get a bit rowdy. But it's actually been a pretty good atmosphere overall, to be honest, which is, well, something important. The city of Portsmouth holds many different festivals all year round. We're about to go into the period of Victorious. Here we have a couple more just flying right next to us. And, well, I wish Victorious was as civilized as this, to be honest. Okay, so let's try and get us back to the front so that we can see all of those exhibition kites standing, well, more or less upright and proud. Ooh, I can just see that's a little bit freaky. They've just put up one of those wind catchers, but it's just legs, like a footballer's legs. I don't know if you can see them dangling in the sky. They're just going down. I wasn't sure what I was seeing there for a moment, to be honest. So I'm glad I caught it on camera to confirm that I wasn't tripping out, because it was really freaky. Ooh, I'm being attacked by some bubbles. Damn. Well, let's get us back to the front. This may take a few moments, guys. As you can see, we do have to go round and round. But well, so some of the things that are being served in here today, burgers and fries mostly. I was actually, and this is the one negative commentary I will say. Considering the city of Portsmouth is known for having a pretty big vegan and vegetarian population, somebody would have struggled to eat anything besides meat in here today. But well, one of those situations, perhaps the organizers of the festival will consider it for years to come. And I think there is a musical act setting up, but don't really know how long that's gonna take them. Right. Sorry, this area has gotten very crowded, so I need to really watch my step. Bear with. Ooh! There's kids running around and I don't want to get in their way. Now you see the floating legs, right? They are very weird. But well, peculiar kite nonetheless. If you're expecting to see something pretty epic and you just tuned in when you were being shown the weird footballer legs, well, what can I say? The world of kites is a trepidating and interesting type of atmosphere. Right, let me get us here to get a few nice shots of these ones, and then we're essentially gonna go to the front so that we can see them all properly again. And it's actually starting to spit, which means it's probably a good thing that we are in the process of slowly wrapping this up, because in the rain the kites will not do so well. Oh, and you know what? This octopus from here right now, it generally looks like it's swimming. Check that out. That's really cool. It really, really looks like it's actually in the ocean. That's awesome. Never mind the strawberry, just the octopus dangling in the sky. That's really, really cool. Oh. Octopus down. It's actually scaring some kids, and some kids are trying to bring it down. Oh dear. Well, let's move to the side so we can, because it's definitely been taken over by the wind, so we'll be able to see it floating better over there. We have a couple of loners here. The wind is essentially steering everything towards the, which direction am I pointing out? East. And that's why from the front right now we'll be able to see them better, so just bear with as we're slowly getting there, folks. Oh, in fact, I'm gonna have to do a quick change of hands in here, give you some more of the vibes of the stalls, of the amount of people that are here having a good day, having a fun day. And now we will start cornering the fence to get what is probably going to be our last look of the kites. We've been running already for over half an hour. The last half of the day is starting to wind down, so we're not going to get a lot more or anything more exciting than what I'm offering you today. But let's give you at least another nice good look of the kites. Right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take us exactly to the front so we can see them all again from the front, but this is essentially gonna be the last few minutes of footage on this live stream, so just making you aware in case that you want to take pictures. This is probably your last chance to see it from here. There is an airplane, by the way, that is about to cross the sky. I don't know if you can see it in the middle of the kites. It's definitely making for a very strange mix of flying items, for sure. Well, let's get us here, because they're lifting a couple of the last ones up for the last hour of events. and it would be nice for us to get to see them. I don't know if you can see that little frog that is just trying to get up there with the cobra that just went up right now. We have cow. I think it's a cow, some kind of cartoon. See, I feel like I should recognize half of these characters. And what I realized as soon as we got close to the fence is that half of the kids in here knew what those characters were, and I was completely clueless. So, one of those things. Obviously, I'm not necessarily the key demographic for the event and the ones displaying them, but nonetheless, we will engage with the younger audiences and their cartoons. Right, so I have spotted a good place, which is right here, so that we can get a real good look at these kites. There we go. I don't know if you can see, this gentleman is actually setting one up that is just gonna go now. So you can get a better idea of what I was saying earlier, of having that kite that sort of drives the wind and keeps them up, and then the ones that are essentially the decoration, they are just gathering wind to fill them up, to lift all that textile tissue, and just hopefully make it to the sky. Oh, the cartoon cow just came down. Poor friend. Oh, and he's zipped. He has enough air. And there we go. Let's see if the monkey's gonna fly, guys. It's just linked with this yellow one, as you can see. They need to do some adjustments so that they can actually put them high up. Oh, actually, the cow is coming back to the sky. Look at it. There it is. I don't know if you can tell, higher up from here, there is a purple wind catcher, and that's what's actually keeping the cow up in the sky. And the monkey, the monkey's trying. The monkey's getting there. I think maybe it needs a little bit more air inside it. Right now it's looking a little bit limp, but it is flying at least. The dog has been here now for over an hour. That was one of the kites that they brought up when I was about to start the live stream. The T-Rex is hanging on to their life, and so are the manta rays, which, like I said, have been here pretty much from the beginning of the show.
What haven't we said to you? That man. What? Which one's Benny Boo? Red dress. Whoa! Red dress. What? I know. No, there's 1, 2, 3, 4.
And well, I think that's pretty much all we have time for today, guys. The few of the kites are starting to be pulled down, so they are starting to wrap things up. So this is where we shall love you and leave you. So let me just turn the camera around to say goodbye. So, well, never mind, my hair is kind of crazy, but thank you so much for spending some time with us. Hope that you've enjoyed the kites, and if you are around in Portsmouth until tomorrow, you will be able to see them. This, by the way, is going to stay up on YouTube indefinitely, so you're very welcome to rewatch as many times as possible. And no worries, Catherine, thank you so much for watching. Thank you everybody watching at home. Thank you, Ian, hope to see you sometime soon. And well, wishing you all a very lovely rest of your day. Bye. Okay.
Okay.
Yes.